yes, I've been on their committee, and then in later years I've mostly done education, and this is my colleague, Koru the Kiwi, and it's wonderful to be able to go around and visit schools and groups and tell them about the forest and how important it is to look after the kiwi. Oh right, yeah, well this is a North Island brown kiwi, and it's the specimen is old. He was old when he died, which has always gone a bit pale like we do, and because it's about 80 years old, I'm allowed to have it. It's outside the rules that say they all should be in a museum, and it's wonderful to be able to take it and show people just how big a kiwi is, and the fact that it's got the shortest beak in the world because its nostrils are right on the end. Well, they were very clever. For thousands of years there were no predators in New Zealand except the giant eagle, and so it was a very good idea to sleep all day and only come out at night when the eagle couldn't see you then. So they have to find their food at night. They haven't got very good eyesight or ears. Underneath those feathers there's a little vestigial wing that looks like your little finger, not much good for flying with, and the feathers are quite unusual. They feel like almost like fur because they need to keep the rain off. If you go into New Zealand forests you need a raincoat, and underneath they're fluffy to keep them warm. So they've got very strong legs, and they kickbox. They do have territorial fights on the boundary of territories. They don't do each other much harm, but it has come in handy now that an adult can fight off a stoat. And I have seen a video where a possum went into a kiwi burrow, came flying out, and the kiwi beat it up. There was fur flying everywhere. But there's one thing that I always make sure I convince people of, is that they're very fragile chests. They've got no keel bone and no wing, one of those with no wishbone because they don't fly, and their ribs are very fragile. And it only takes a bump from a dog to break the ribs, pierce the lungs, and the bird's dead. So hundreds of birds are killed by dogs. A dog can pick up a hen or a pheasant or a duck, and they've got strong chests, but they can't. So it's a very important message for people to please keep dogs away from any kiwi habitat. A poodle on a lead killed a kiwi up in Northland, so it doesn't take much. So she goes off on vacation, and the male does all the incubating. He sits on those, looks after those eggs for 80 days, and then when the chick hatches out, that's the unusual thing, is that it's fully feathered, it's got a belly full of yolk, and it's independent, because for all those thousands of years there was nothing to bother them. And so, and the parent sort of hangs about, but he doesn't really look after them. And because stoats are so cunning, they work out that there's going to be a meal coming, and stoats get most of the kiwi chicks if they're left in the wild.